Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Virtual University, I welcome you once again to lecture number 8 of Data Communication. Dear students, कैसे हैं आप लोग? How is the course going? Are you comfortable enough with the material? What is the progress as far as the suggested readings are concerned? I just want to mention once again the importance of the suggested readings. अगर आपने लास्ट लेक्चर के बाद OSI मॉडल को टेक्स्ट बुक में से स्टडी किया होगा तो आई डू होप कि आज का लेक्चर जो है वो आपके लिए बहुत आसान साबित होगा और आप सारे के सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स जो हैं वो बहुत आराम से ग्रैब कर लेंगे. माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, बिफोर वी एक्चुअली कैरी ऑन विद टुडेज लेक्चर, लेट्स हैव अ स्मॉल रिकैप ऑफ द प्रीवियस लेक्चर. लेक्चर नंबर 7 में हमने वी स्टार्टेड ऑफ आवर डिस्कशन विद द मेट्रोपॉलिटन एरिया नेटवर्क्स. हम लोगों ने तीसरी कैटेगरी नेटवर्क्स की स्टडी की, दैट वाज मेट्रोपॉलिटन एरिया नेटवर्क्स और मैन्स. वी लुक्ड एट अ कपल ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंटेशंस ऑफ मैन्स के किस तरह से मेट्रोपॉलिटन एरिया नेटवर्क्स जो हैं वो एक सिंगल नेटवर्क भी हो सकते हैं एज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ केबल टीवी नेटवर्क, जिसकी एग्जांपल हमने पढ़ी, और दे कैन बी कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ डिफरेंट लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क्स, जैसे कि बहुत सारे डिफरेंट स्मॉल ऑफिसेज ऑफ अ सिंगल कंपनी दैट आर प्रेजेंट इनसाइड अ सिटी. फिर माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वी मूव्ड ऑन टू द डिस्कशन ऑफ इंटरनेटवर्क्स. वी डिफाइंड एन इंटरनेटवर्क टू बी अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ मल्टीपल नेटवर्क्स. हम लोगों ने इंटरनेट विद द स्मॉल आई और इंटरनेट विद द कैपिटल आई, इन दोनों का डिफरेंस जो है उसको थोड़ा सा स्टडी किया. देन वी started off with a very important topic जिसको ओपन सिस्टम इंटरकनेक्शन मॉडल के नाम से हम लोगों ने शुरू किया. द बेसिस ऑफ ऑल द डाटा कम्युनिकेशन एंड द बेसिस ऑफ एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंडिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट्स बिहाइंड द डाटा कम्युनिकेशन इज द ओपन सिस्टम इंटरकनेक्शन मॉडल. OSI मॉडल को की थोड़ी सी हिस्ट्री देखी, कहाँ से इवॉल्व हुआ, किस तरह से हुआ, व्हाई डिड वी एक्चुअली नीड OSI मॉडल. फिर कुछ देखा कि मेन पर्पस क्या है OSI मॉडल का, किस किस्म के लेयर्ड आर्किटेक्चर को OSI मॉडल जो है वो यूटिलाइज करते हुए डिफरेंट फंक्शंस को डिस्क्रीट करता है फ्रॉम द अदर फंक्शन, सो दैट टू डिफरेंट सिस्टम्स विद टू डिफरेंट अंडरलाइंग टेक्नोलॉजीज कैन इंटरमिंगल और इंटरऑपरेट विद ईच अदर. देन वी एक्चुअली लुक्ड एट एन एग्जाम्पल, स्मॉल एग्जाम्पल स्लाइड पे चल के देखी, जिसमें अ मैसेज एक्चुअली ट्रेवल्स फ्रॉम अ डिवाइस ए टू अ डिवाइस बी एंड वी लुक्ड एट दोज डिवाइसेस, और फिर दोनों ट्रांसमिटिंग और रिसीविंग साइड के OSI मॉडल्स या डिफरेंट लेयर्स जो कि दोनों साइड पे मौजूद हैं, उन लेयर्स को देखा, उनको स्टडी करने की कोशिश की कि किस तरह से एक डिवाइस से एक जो मैसेज है वो अल्टीमेटली एप्लीकेशन लेयर से इट विल ट्रेवल ऑल द वे down to physical layer, passing through all the different 7 layers, और किस तरह से हर लेयर जो है उस डेटा में, उस इंफॉर्मेशन में अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन या कंट्रोल इंफॉर्मेशन जो है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ हेडर्स और ट्रेलर्स जो है वो ऐड करती है. फिजिकल लेयर से किस तरह वो इंफॉर्मेशन जो है इन द स्पेसिफिक फॉर्म, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सिग्नल्स, इलेक्ट्रिकल और ऑप्टिकल सिग्नल्स, वो ट्रांसमिशन मीडियम पर ट्रेवल करते हैं, एंड देन how does on the receiving end this signal is received by the physical layer and it is moved back up to the application layer. हमने ये भी देखा कि किस तरह से हर लेयर जो है रिसीविंग एंड पर वो अपनी रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन को, जो कि कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग लेयर ने उससे उस मैसेज के साथ अटैच की होती है फ्रॉम द ट्रांसमिटिंग एंड, वो उसको डिटैच करती है, किस तरह से उस कंट्रोल इंफॉर्मेशन को उस मैसेज से, उस डेटा से उतार कर अपनी जो होती है डिफरेंट फंक्शंस के लिए टू कैरी ऑन विद द कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ दैट मैसेज, वो उसको यूज करती है. माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू गो अ लिटिल फर्दर विद द OSI मॉडल. हम इस ओपन सिस्टम इंटरकनेक्शन मॉडल को थोड़ा और डिटेल में स्टडी करेंगे. टू स्टार्ट ऑफ, बिफोर वी एक्चुअली गो इनटू द डिटेल्स ऑफ द फंक्शंस ऑफ डिफरेंट लेयर्स, जो कि आज से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे फ्रॉम द फिजिकल लेयर ऑनवर्ड्स, हम लोग सबसे पहले थोड़ा सा देखेंगे कि व्हाट are the different factors that actually affected the OSI model and that actually prevented it from being widespread. किन वजूहात की बिना पर OSI मॉडल इतना कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव, इतना फ्लेक्सिबल, इतना रोबस्ट होने के बावजूद ये एक प्रोटोकॉल की शक्ल इख्तियार नहीं कर सका, ये एक ऐसे सेट ऑफ रूल्स की शक्ल इख्तियार नहीं कर सका कि जिसकी वजह से ये इसकी वाइड अडेप्टेशन हो जाए. इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस स्पेसिफिक प्रोटोकॉल, हम आगे जाके इस प्रोटोकॉल को पढ़ेंगे भी, बट TCP/IP, ट्रांसमिशन कंट्रोल प्रोटोकॉल / इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल. For now you should only understand the name of this specific protocol. किन वजूहात की बिना पर TCP/IP प्रोटोकॉल प्रूव टू बी अ बेटर ऑप्शन देन OSI मॉडल. तो ये इस थोड़ी सी इन वजहों को पहले देखेंगे बिफोर वी एक्चुअली मूव ऑन. देन वी विल स्टार्ट ऑफ विद द बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ द डिफरेंट लेयर्स ऑफ द OSI मॉडल. वी विल सी what are the different functions and different responsibilities of each of the layers, 7 layers in the OSI model. We will start off with the physical layer, and then we will move on to the upper layers or to the 7th layer, going through the data link layer, network, transport, and then upper layers. So my dear students, आइए पहले थोड़ा सा स्लाइड पे चलते हैं and let's look at some of the factors that actually prevented the widespread use of the OSI model. उन कुछ वजूहात को देखते हैं कि जिनकी वजह से OSI मॉडल जो है वो उस तरह से मकबूल नहीं हो सका कि जिस तरह से उसके कुछ ओपोनेंट या कंपेटिटर मॉडल्स जो हैं वो पॉपुलर हो गए, या OSI मॉडल जो है इट वाज नॉट अडेप्टेड एज अ वाइड स्प्रेड मॉडल. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, जैसा कि आप स्लाइड पे देख सकते हैं, there are 3 main factors that actually resulted into the critique of OSI model. 3 basic वजूहात हैं जिनकी बिना पर we will actually talk about कि why OSI model is not popular enough as compared to the other models that are in force right now, like TCP/IP and other protocols. The first factor is the bad timing. The second one is the bad technology, and the last one is the bad implementations of the OSI model. तो आइए इन हर फैक्टर को, इन तीनों में से हर फैक्टर को डिटेल में स्टडी करते हैं. The first factor that we are going to study is the bad timing of the OSI model. When you talk about the bad timing, I would like to study or take you to a specific slide that talks about how the activity of the advancement of a policy, of the advancement of a model or a standard should take place when you are actually talking about making it a standard for some specific implementation. Basically David Clark is a professor in MIT, and he has given us a specific model that is known as the apocalypse of 2 elephants. तो आइए चलते हैं स्लाइड पर and let's try to study this apocalypse of 2 elephants a little bit. My dear students, as you can see in this slide, this is the graph, or this is basically a geometric representation of the activity against times. This represents the specific instances when the standards should be written. जैसा आप देख रहे हैं कि अगर जब एक नई टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो इंट्रोड्यूस होती है तो देयर इज अ वाइड स्प्रेड इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ द रिसर्च इन दैट फील्ड. बहुत से लोग जो हैं उस स्पेसिफिक टेक्नोलॉजी को लेकर उसमें रिसर्च शुरू करते हैं इन लुकिंग इनटू द डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, एंड देन द रिसर्च एक्चुअली basically downfalls a little bit, and that's the specific time when you have to write the standards based on that research. जैसे ही वो standard compile हो जाते हैं, then the next step is the $1 billion investment that is made by the different organizations and different companies involved in that business. So this specific model given by David Clark of MIT is known as the apocalypse of 2 elephants. इस मॉडल के हिसाब से अगर आप स्टैंडर्ड्स को देखें तो दे आर एक्चुअली फाउंड इन द ट्रफ बिटवीन द 2 एलिवेशंस और बिटवीन द 2 राइजेस इस इन दोनों के एग्जैक्ट दरमियान में द टाइम इज स्पेसिफाइड व्हेन यू हैव टू राइट दोज स्टैंडर्ड्स. इफ द स्टैंडर्ड्स आर रिटन टू अर्ली, अगर इन स्टैंडर्ड्स को हम वक्त से पहले लिखना शुरू कर दें तो सब्जेक्ट जो है बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ रिसर्च इट विल बी बैडली अंडरस्टूड and it will result in bad standards. Similarly, if the standards are written too late, so many companies might have already invested money in doing the same thing with different other ways. तो आपका जो OSI model है that will, और या कोई भी model है that you are working on, तो that will not succeed in the market. So basically, standards are the timing of the standards or when to write the standards of a specific model of a specific technology that you are going to introduce in the market is very important. It should exactly lie in the trough between the research and the investment on that specific technology. So my dear students, this was the first factor that actually resulted in the downfall of OSI model. The standards were exactly written. The research was almost not there. The standards were written when other models have already, or the TCPI model has already been there, and people have already, or the companies have already invested thousands of dollars in, the TCPI implementation and the products related to TCPI. And when the OSI standards were written, nobody was able to, and nobody was ready to risk a lot of money or to risk a lot of investment in making OSI products or making OSI-based protocols and just leave the TCP/IP and other protocols on a side. The second factor that affected the widespread use of OSI model, or that prevented the OSI model from being popular, is the bad technology. OSI model, although it's very comprehensive, flexible and robust model, but it still has defects. It's still not perfect. For example, if you look at some of the functions, अगले कुछ स्लाइड्स में हम लोग सातों लेयर को इंडिविजुअली स्टडी करेंगे और देखेंगे कि क्या फंक्शंस और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हर लेयर की हैं, तो यू विल सी इन दोज स्पेसिफिक स्लाइड्स दैट मल्टीपल फंक्शंस आर इम्प्लीमेंटेड एट मल्टीपल लेयर्स. एक फंक्शन जो है वो एक से ज्यादा बार डिफरेंट लेयर्स पर इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ है जहां उसकी जरूरत नहीं थी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फ्लो कंट्रोल, error control, addressing, all of these are the functions that are implemented in more than one layers. Error control is implemented at the second layer, and then again it is implemented at the transport layer. So basically there was no reason of implementing error control again and again when you can actually do it on the application layer. Before the receiver actually receives the data, you can actually implement error control on the top layer where it can be scanned for any errors. तो ये different layers पर एक ही function का बार बार जो मौजूदगी है, that was another defect in the OSI model. Then there was another factor that some of the layers in OSI model are overcrowded, like the second layer and the third layer, the data link layer and the network layer. These two layers are overcrowded. ये इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा functions जो हैं वो इन layers में मौजूद हैं. As opposed to this, the session layer and the transport layer, ये दो layers जो हैं, they are almost empty. So this was the other fact that was in the case of bad technology affected the popularity and the widespread use of OSI model. The third factor that affected OSI model was the bad implementation. The initial model was so unclear and the model in the form of 7 layers was so huge that whoever started working in implementing this model actually failed. So initial implementations were not good enough कि ये जो model है, it was actually brought into the public domain. Everybody was interested in working with other small elaborative protocols like TCP/IP, and everybody worked with those, and nobody implemented these OSI models in the very beginning. So this was also one of the reasons that affected the widespread use of OSI model. Now, dear students, with a little bit of the discussion of OSI model, we will jump into the functions of different layers. We will study the individual layers, और फिर इस डिस्कशन में हम हर लेयर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज और क्या फंक्शंस हैं इनको भी थोड़ा सा स्टडी करेंगे. So to start off with, we will start off from the very bottom or the first layer, that is the physical layer. The physical layer basically coordinates the functions that are required to transmit a bit stream over a physical medium. It deals with the mechanicals and electrical specifications of the interface and the transmission medium. अब interface, कौन सा interface? The interface between the physical layer, the place where the bits are present, and between the transmission medium, where you actually have to convert that signal from the sequence of binary digits to the signals. And it is also responsible for selecting or agreeing on a transmission medium. Here, physical layer also that defines the procedures and functions that physical devices and interfaces need to perform for transmission. तो ये थोड़े से function हैं that are mainly present on the physical level, that are mainly present on the electrical and mechanical level of the interface and the transmission medium, जिनसे के physical layer deal करती है. तो dear students, आइए slide पे चलते हैं and let's look at the relative placement of the physical layer in the OSI model. As you can see in the slide, the physical layer or the first layer is the one that actually is the closest to the transmission medium. This is the layer that directly interfaces with the transmission medium. आप देख सकते हैं कि physical layer से ऊपर जो second layer मौजूद है, that is the data link layer. Data link layer का data जो है on the transmitting side, the data link layer data is transmitted to the physical layer, where it actually converts that data in the form of binary digits, a sequence of zeros and ones. Then it converts those binary digits in the form of electrical signals. ये जो signals हैं, these can be electrical signals or these can be optical signals in the case of fiber optic cable. So these signals are transmitted over the transmission medium. On the receiving end, these signals are converted back to the binary digits on the physical layer. और फिर ये जो binary digits हैं, they are converted on a different format to be supplied to the data link layer on the receiving end. The physical layer actually deals with transmitting the data on the electrical and mechanical level or the physical level of the transmission medium. My dear students, this was a little background about the physical layer. Now, let's go to the slide and look at some of the basic functions that the physical layer performs, or some of the basic responsibilities that the physical layer has. The first basic responsibility that actually a physical layer is responsible for is the physical characteristics of the interface and the media. What do we mean by the physical characteristics of the interface and media? Interface is basically a pluggable connector that joins one or more signal conductors. ये interface जो है हमारा, ये हमारा physical layer में से उन binary sequence of bits को signals में convert कराएगा. So we need that interface to do that specific duty. Then the physical layer is also responsible for defining the type of the transmission media. So the first function of a physical layer is the defining of a specific type of interface that is used by a system, and defining a specific type of media or the transmission medium that will be used in the system or a computer network. The second basic function of physical layer is the representation of bits or the specific type of encoding. The physical layer data consists of a stream of binary digits. It consists of a sequence of zeros and ones. So to be transmitted on the transmission medium, this data needs to be converted to the signals. मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया कि ये इस sequence of bits को हम लोगों को signals में convert करना है. Those are actually the electrical or the optical signals. The conversion of these bits into signals is known as encoding. ये physical layer जो है, it also describes what specific type of encoding should be used to convert those sequence of bits into the signals so that they can be easily transmitted over the transmission medium. The third function that is actually provided by the physical layer is the data rate or the transmission rate. The data rate is the actual speed of the data that can be transmitted on the transmission medium, or it is actually the bits per second that can be transmitted on the transmission medium. So physical layer defines the duration of a bit. And then what do we mean by the duration of this bit? The duration of the bit is the exact time or the duration about how long a bit can exist or how long a bit can be transmitted over the transmission medium. The next function that is defined by the physical layer is the line configuration. Aapne line configuration padhi in the previous lectures. The line configuration is a specific kind of a way that we can actually use to specify how a system actually connects with each other, how the different devices connect with each other. Now we can basically have two types of line configuration. The first type is a point-to-point line configuration, and the second type is a multi-point line configuration. So this is decided by the physical layer that what specific type of line configuration needs to be used in a specific system. Then the second last function of the physical layer is to define a physical topology. Topology is basically defined how the different devices and the links are actually interconnected in a system. हम लोगों ने topology की different types को study किया. We have 5 different type of topologies that are possible in a network, and those topologies are mesh, star, ring, bus, etc. So what specific topology to use, it also depends upon the physical layer to decide what specific topology to use for the system. The last function of the physical layer is the transmission mode. Transmission mode हमें क्या बताता है कि what is the exact direction of the signal flow on a transmission medium. We have studied about 3 transmission modes in the previous lecture: the simplex transmission mode, the half duplex transmission mode, and then the full duplex transmission mode. So the physical layer decides or defines what specific transmission mode to use for the specific system. So my dear students, these were some of the functions of the physical layer. हम लोगों ने physical layer को define किया. We looked at the specific location of the physical layer in the OSI model. फिर हमने कुछ functions देखे that are the responsibility of a physical layer to perform. कुछ ऐसी बातें, कुछ ऐसे parameters, कुछ ऐसी specifications के जिनके ऊपर दो different systems की physical layers को they have to agree upon them before a communication is actually made possible or the data is actually transmitted between the two devices. My dear students, the next layer that we are going to talk about is the second layer of the OSI model. The second layer of the OSI model is the data link layer. आप लोगों ने देखा कि physical layer is a raw transmission facility. In other words, it only deals with the actual transmission of the data on the transmission medium. इस सारे factors या सारे parameters या सारी responsibilities physical layer की कुछ ऐसी हैं कि it actually deals with the actual transmission of that message or the data in the form of electromagnetic signals over the transmission medium. So what data link layer does is it actually provides a reliability to this physical layer by actually checking the layer for error free. The data link layer is responsible for the node to node delivery. मैं कुछ ही देर में node to node को और explain करूंगा, but basically a data link layer is responsible for the node to node delivery of the message. And then another factor that it adds to the OSI model is it actually makes the physical layer reliable by adding the error control bits in it, by adding the error control feature in it. let's go to the figure and let's look at the relative position of the data link layer in the OSI model. चल के देखते हैं कि data link layer physical layer से और network layer से किस तरह से interoperate इन दोनों के साथ करती है. Let's look at it on the slide. My dear students, if you look at the slide, you must have seen a small layer that is the data link layer. जैसा कि मैं आपको पहले भी बता चुका हूं कि सेकंड लेयर या डेटा लिंक लेयर ऐसी लेयर है जो कि ना सिर्फ एक फ्रेम के साथ या एक मैसेज के साथ हेडर अटैच करती है दैट कंटेन सम इंफॉर्मेशन, बट इट ऑल्सो अटैचेस अ ट्रेलर टू इट. ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड ऑफ द फिगर you can see the data link layer of the transmitting device. You can see that the data from the network layer is provided to the data link layer. At the data link layer, this specific data is in the form of frames. ये frames एक ऐसी technology based term है, या it's such a technical term that we are going to use for the data that is present at the data link layer. So the frame is formed by attaching a header and attaching a trailer to that data. Header or trailer में what is the basic content, what is the control information that is included in this header and trailer, we will study that in a little bit. But basically the data that is being received from network layer is divided into a number of small frames on the data link layer, and a header and a trailer is attached to this data link layer. The same data on the transmitting end is then provided to the physical layer, where these frames are with the control information, with all the headers and the trailers that are being attached by the upper devices too. This frame of data is converted in the form of bits. It's converted in the form of sequence of zeros and ones, and from where it can be transmitted on the transmission medium by converting it in the form of electrical or optical signals. On the right hand side, you can see that this data is received by the physical layer in the same form. That is, you can see the sequence of bits or the binary digits on the physical layer, and then this sequence of binary digits is provided to the data link layer of the receiving device. On the receiving end, the data link layer actually takes off the header and the trailer that was being attached by the data link layer of the transmitting end, और जो भी information उन headers और trailers में include की गई थी on the transmitting end, data link layer on the receiving end actually utilizes that information to properly interpret, to properly take some actions on the basis of that information. And after those headers and trailers are actually detached from that frame, that sequence of that package of data or that message is again transmitted to the upper layer, that is the network layer. So my dear students, this was a little bit about the data link layer. आपने main functions कुछ देखे data link layer के, not exactly functions, but what do we actually do with the data link layer in the OSI model. And then you have on the slide, you have actually seen the exact location of the data link layer in the OSI model and how it deals with the message after receiving it from the network layer and then provides it to the physical layer. ये कुछ आपने slide पर देखा. Before we actually move on to the next layer, let's go back to the slide and let's look at some of the basic responsibilities or some of the functions of the data link layer. वो कौन सी ऐसे functions हैं जो कि data link layer perform करती है on that data when you're actually transmitting between two devices. So the first function that a data link layer performs is the framing of the data. What do we mean by framing? Framing is a process in which the data link layer divides the stream of bits that is coming from the network layer into small or manageable data units that are known as frames. So ये it's a very important function that a data unit performs, that it actually converts the big bit stream that is coming from the network layer into small manageable units called the frames, and this process is known as the framing. The next important function that is performed by the data link layer is the physical addressing. What do we mean by physical addressing? The frames that are being formed at the data link layer, they need to be sent to the different addresses. A lot of times when you are actually sending those frames, they are intended for different systems on a network. So the data link layer adds a header to the data. जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि it actually receives the data from the network layer and then adds a header to it. So that header defines the physical address of the sender, that is the source address, and the physical address of the receiver, that is the destination address. So when the frame is actually destined for a device that is within the same network, then we will only be using the physical addressing. On the other hand, if the frame is intended for a device that is outside that specific network, the receiver address is going to be the address of the device that actually connects one network to the other. The third important function that is performed by the data link layer is the flow control. मैंने आपको पिछले लेक्चर्स में भी ये बता चुका हूं कि what do we exactly mean by flow control. Flow control is the management of the data such that the data from the transmitting device does not overwhelm the receiving device. इतनी क्वांटिटी में डाटा भेजना जो कि इजीली जो हैंडल हो सके या प्रोसेस हो सके ऑन द रिसीविंग एंड. So it is data link layer out here that actually imposes the flow control mechanisms to prevent the receiving device from being overwhelmed. The fourth important function that is being performed by the data link layer is the error control. मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया when I was actually introducing you to the data link layer that this layer actually adds the reliability to the physical layer by adding mechanisms to detect and retransmit lost or damaged frames. In other words, it actually helps in error control. It also uses a mechanism to prevent the duplication of frames. If any duplicate frames is there in the system, it will only allow one copy of that frame to be transmitted to the receiving end, or on the receiving end it deletes one copy and then provides the upper layers with only one copy of the duplicated frame. To accomplish this error control, we add the error control bits in the frame. हम इस error control के procedure को और detail से पढ़ेंगे when we actually go into the later lectures. But for now, you should know that the error control bits are added to the data in the form of a trailer that is attached on the back of the frame. So header carries the physical addressing information, and the trailer at the data link layer carries the error control information at the data link layer. The last function that a data link layer performs is the access control. A lot of times you are going to have devices that are two or more in number, and they are going to be connected to the same link or a single link. So we need some kind of data link protocols at this level that are necessary to determine which device will have the control of the link at a given time. Dear students, this was something about the data link layer. मैंने आपको थोड़ा सा introduction दिया about this specific layer or layer number 2 of the OSI model, and then we have seen some responsibilities, some functions of the data link layer. आइए अब एक दफ़ा फिर स्लाइड की जानिब चलते हैं. लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ अ डेटा लिंक लेयर बाय अ स्मॉल एग्जाम्पल. As you can see in the data link layer, you have a bus topology available out here, and there are 5 devices, or there are 5 computers that are attached to this bus topology and that are attached to this link. We have 5 different nodes, in other words. The node with the physical address 10, the first one on the left hand side, sends a frame to the node with the physical address 87, the device that is present on the extreme right, as you can see. So a node with the physical address 10 wants to send a frame to the node with the physical address 87. And you can clearly see that these two nodes are connected by a single link. So at the data link layer level, the frame of this data will contain the physical address in the header. आप अगर जो डेटा लिंक लेयर का फ्रेम है अगर उसको देखें तो इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ ट्रेलर. जैसा कि मैंने ट्रेलर के बारे में आपको पहले बताया कि इट कैन कैरी सम एक्स्ट्रा बिट्स दैट आर नीडेड फॉर एरर डिटेक्शन. Then you can see the actual data or the actual information that is being transmitted from the upper layers to the data link layer. And then you have a header that was attached to the frame. This header, in addition to the other information as needed, it contains the physical addresses. It contains the physical address of the source or the transmitter, that is also known as the source address. And it also contains the physical address of the receiver, that is referred to by the destination address. So you can clearly see that in order to accomplish the transmission node to node delivery or node to node transmission of data from one node to the other that are actually connected by a same link, you send that data by attaching a trailer carrying the error control bits and by attaching a header carrying the physical addresses of the source and the destination. My dear students, this was a little bit about the data link layer. कुछ छोटी सी एग्जांपल के जरिए आपने बेसिक फंक्शंस ऑफ डाटा लिंक लेयर को समझने की कोशिश की. एंड वी हैव आल्सो लुक्ड एट द बेसिक फ्रेम स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अ डाटा लिंक लेयर. The next layer that we are going to look into is the third layer of the OSI model or the network layer. Data link layer को define करते हुए हमने ये बताया था कि data link layer is responsible for the node to node delivery of the information or the data. As opposed to that case, the network layer is responsible for the source to destination delivery of the message or the data. But dear students, as you have seen in the previous case, that a data link layer actually oversees the delivery of data between two systems on the same network. जो हमने example भी data link layer को explain करने की कोशिश में the example that we have actually gone through that defines two systems with physical addresses 10 and 87 on the same bus network. As opposed to this concept, the network layer assures that each packet gets from its point of origin to its final destination. Means if you are talking about a machine or two devices that are present in the same network, then data link layer will be enough for the transmission of that information or that data from the transmitting device to the receiving device. The node to node delivery will be done by that data link layer. As opposed to this, if two devices are present on two different networks, then we talk about the source to destination delivery. And then network layer is responsible for delivering that specific information all the way from the source to the destination between two different networks. My dear students, before we actually move on, is node to node versus source to destination डिलीवरी के जो कॉन्सेप्ट है इसको थोड़ा सा और स्टडी करने की कोशिश करते हैं, बिकॉज दैट विल हेल्प अ लॉट इन द फर्दर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द ओएसआई मॉडल. व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द नोड टू नोड डिलीवरी, देन वी मीन दैट द टू नोड्स आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द सेम नेटवर्क. डेटा लिंक लेयर ओवरसीज द नोड टू नोड डिलीवरी. अगर कोई दो डिवाइसेस एक ही नेटवर्क पे मौजूद हैं तो then we don't need the network layer. The only layer we need is the data link layer, because data link layer will ensure that the message travels safe and sound from the transmitting device on that network to the receiving device on the same network. ये वो केस था when we were actually trying to do the node to node delivery and the two devices were present on the same network. On the other hand, if two devices are present on the different networks, तो फिर when you are actually talking about the node to node delivery, तो डेटा लिंक लेयर विल only send that data from the transmitting device to the device that's actually connecting a network to the other or the the other or the second network. हमारा जो कम्युनिकेशन है, जो नोड टू नोड डिलीवरी जो होगी, वो सिर्फ उन दो डिवाइसेस के दरमियान होगी जो कि ट्रांसमिटिंग नोड है और प्लस वो नोड है जो कि एक नेटवर्क को दूसरे नेटवर्क से कनेक्ट कर रही है. तो फिर वी नीड समथिंग मोर देन दैट, जो कि हमारी एक्चुअल जो हमारा सोर्स है उससे लेकर दूसरे नेटवर्क तक हमारी जो डेस्टिनेशन है उस तक हमारी कम्युनिकेशन को इंश्योर करे. तो वो हम किस तरह अचीव करते हैं? दिस इज बेसिकली द रोल ऑफ द नेटवर्क लेयर, एंड वी call that kind of responsibility or function of the network layer to be the source to the destination delivery. तो आइंदा जब भी हम whenever we are talking about the data link layer, we will say that we are talking about the node to node delivery, or we are talking about the delivery of a specific message or data between two devices on the same network. Whenever an external network will be involved, or whenever a second network will be involved, whenever we want to transmit data from one network to another one that is a second or a separate network, so in that case node to node delivery will not be enough. We will be needing network layer, and the function of the network layer that actually performs that for us is the source to the destination delivery. So source to destination delivery ka concept is associated with the network layer, and the node to node delivery का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है दैट इज एसोसिएटेड विद द डेटा लिंक लेयर. माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द स्लाइड एंड लेट्स लुक एट द स्पेसिफिक लोकेशन ऑफ द नेटवर्क लेयर एंड इट्स सराउंडिंग लेयर्स. इफ यू लुक एट द स्लाइड इन द फिगर, द नेटवर्क लेयर रिसीव्स द डेटा फ्रॉम द ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर. दिस इज द ट्रांसमिटिंग device. The data is moving in the downward direction towards the physical layer. In this specific case, the data comes from the transport layer. The network layer actually receives that data and attaches a header with that data. The information that is present, or the data, the total data that is present at this layer is then known to be as packet. Network layer data is known to be a packet. This packet is then transferred to the data link layer, where it adds its own information that is basically associated with the physical addressing and the error control and all different type of things that we have already talked about. और फिर data link layer से ये information जो है ये physical layer पे move हो जाती है from where it can be transmitted. On the receiving end, you can see that the data is moving back up from the physical layer to the application layer. In this specific case, after the network layer receives the data link, the data from the data link layer, this is again in the form of packets. So what network layer does is it actually detaches the header that was attached by the network layer of the transmitting end. उस header में आपकी logical addressing या आपकी जो नेटवर्क एड्रेसिंग सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन एड्रेसिंग है उसकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मौजूद होगी, जो कि अभी हम थोड़ी देर में देखेंगे भी. तो द रिसीविंग एंड नेटवर्क लेयर एक्चुअली डिटैचेस दैट इंफॉर्मेशन एंड प्रोवाइड्स द रेस्ट ऑफ द डेटा टू द ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर. So my dear students, this was a little bit about the network layer and the exact location of network layer in the OSI model, and we have also gone through some of the logic behind the concepts of node to node delivery and source to destination delivery. We are talking about the node to node delivery of a frame and the source to destination delivery of a packet. Packet, once again, is a small group of information that is gathered together, a small chunk of the data that is combined together in the form of small groups that are known as packets. Before we move on, let's look at some of the functions of the network layer. Slide पे चलते हैं और कुछ important functions देखते हैं जो कि network layer perform करती है in the OSI model. The first important function that the network layer performs is the logical addressing. हम लोगों ने physical addressing का concept समझा, that is actually performed by the data link layer. In this specific case, that's not a problem. Data link layer जो है वो locally in the same network addressing को handle करती है by attaching physical addresses in the header of the data. On the other hand, when you are talking about the source to destination delivery, or when you are talking about the delivery of the data or the delivery of the message from one network to a different network, you also need the address, or you also need some specific kind of addressing that actually specifies what is the destination on the second network or what is the destination on the other network. This is accomplished by the network layer by using the concept of logical addressing. So if a packet is going from one network to the other, we need something more than the physical addressing system to help distinguish source and destination systems. तो ये टास्क किस तरह अकम्प्लिश किया जाता है? This task is actually accomplished by the network layer, and the network layer adds a header to the data that is coming from the upper layers or the transport layer, and that header among the other things also includes the logical address of the sender and the receiver. The second important function that is being performed by the network layer is the routing. हम लोगों ने कुछ थर्ड या फोर्थ लेक्चर में we have gone through the concept of routing. मैंने आपको ये बताया था कि when we are actually dealing with independent networks combined together or connected together to create an inter-network, then the inter-networking devices should be there that actually through which we can route the packet from the source to the destination. The packet follows a specific route from the source to the destination through this inter-networking devices and through the intermediate nodes. Those inter-networking devices can be routers, those devices can be gateways, and we will look into the details of those devices in the later lectures. So ये जो network layer है, there is an added mechanism of this network layer to provide or to define this specific route when a packet or a piece of information is moving from the source to the destination that are present in two different networks. My dear students, this was a little bit about the network layer and some of its functions. अब आइए स्लाइड की जानिब चलते हैं और स्लाइड पर नेटवर्क लेयर की एक एग्जांपल से समझते हैं कि हाउ डज द सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन डिलीवरी ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन और द डाटा एक्चुअली takes place. So my dear students, as you can see in the slide, you can look at three different networks that are actually connected together. जो इंटरनेटवर्किंग डिवाइसेस हम लोगों ने यूज किए हैं इन तीनों नेटवर्क्स को कनेक्ट करने के लिए, those are the routers that are represented by the squares R out there. अब let's consider that we actually want to send data from a node with the network address A and the physical address 10. On the very top left hand side you can actually look at this device. It says the network address on the very top to be A and the physical address is 10. You want to send the data from this specific device all the way to the bottom device on the left hand side that had the network address P and the physical address to be 95. Now these two devices are of course located on two different local area networks. तो अगरचे ये दोनों devices जो हैं, there are actually the same computers that are present out there, but because they are actually located on two different local area networks, so we cannot use the physical addresses only to actually communicate data between these two devices. Of course, we need something more universal. We need something more than the physical address so that this data can travel all the way from a different network to the different local area network. Now, the network addresses or the logical addresses जिनकी हमने बात की, those have these kind of characteristics. So, in the first step, as you can see, the data with the header that contains the logical or the network address of the source and the destination originates from the network layer. ये आप डेटा फील्ड आपको इन द मिडल यू कैन सी द डेटा फील्ड विद द सोर्स एड्रेस टू बी ए and the destination address to be P. Both of these addresses are the logical or the network addresses. अब डेटा लिंक लेयर जो है वो इस डेटा को, इस टोटल पैकेट को जो कि नेटवर्क लेयर से उसे रिसीव हुआ है, उसके साथ एक ट्रेलर ऐड करेगी T2 that contains the error control information, and it will also add a header to it that will actually contain the physical addresses. The physical address of the source, that is 10, and the physical address of the destination or the physical address of the next node. अब इस केस में आप ये देख सकते हैं कि जो नोड, जो कि रिसीविंग नोड है, the address of that node is given to be 20. Because these networks were present, these devices were present at two different networks, तो हमारा जो physical source एड्रेस है वो तो 10 ही है, बट हमारा जो फिजिकल रिसीविंग डिवाइस का या रिसीविंग नोड का जो एड्रेस है दैट इज 20, विच इज द फिजिकल एड्रेस ऑफ द इंटर नेटवर्किंग डिवाइस और द फिजिकल एड्रेस ऑफ द राउटर. राउटर से ये एड्रेस पास करने के बाद इट गोज टू द सेकेंड राउटर दैट इज एक्चुअली प्रेजेंट इन द वेरी बॉटम. द स्क्वेयर दैट यू कैन सी, द बॉटम स्क्वेयर आर is the second router. So the data in this specific case, still the packet contains the source and destination address to be A and P, but in this case the physical source address becomes 99 and the physical destination or the receiver address becomes 33. ये जो 33 है, that is the physical address of the router that's connecting that ring network to the lower bus network. Once again, in the next step, the data with A and P remains the same, whereas the physical addresses change again. In this case, the physical address of the source is 66, that is associated with the router, and the physical address of the receiving device is 95. That is actually the physical address of the actual device that we actually wanted to transmit data to. So आपने देखा कि ट्रांसमिटिंग डिवाइस दैट इज ए, नेटवर्क एड्रेस ए एंड फिजिकल एड्रेस 10, ये डिवाइस जो यहां से डेटा ओरिजिनेट होता है, द नेटवर्क और द लॉजिकल एड्रेसेस रिमेन द सेम ऑल द वे फ्रॉम द सोर्स टू द डेस्टिनेशन. लेकिन जो फिजिकल एड्रेसेस हैं दैट एक्चुअली आर इंसर्टेड बाय द डेटा लिंक लेयर दैट आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर नोड टू नोड डिलीवरी, ये जो एड्रेसेस हैं ये डिपेंडिंग अपॉन ईच स्पेसिफिक नोड दैट कम्स इन बिटवीन दे कीप ऑन चेंजिंग. सो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, दिस वाज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ द नेटवर्क लेयर. हम लोगों ने OSI मॉडल की आज के लेक्चर में 3 लेयर्स को स्टडी किया. वी हैव गॉन थ्रू द फिजिकल लेयर, वी हैव स्टडीड द डेटा लिंक लेयर, and we have gone through the network layer of the OSI model, layer number 1, 2 and 3. हमने तीनों layers के functions को भी देखा, कौन सी ऐसे functions और कौन सी ऐसी responsibilities हैं जो कि ये layers जो हैं वो perform कर सकती हैं. My dear students, this was today's lecture. तो आइए जरा लेक्चर की जाने वापस चलते हैं. Let's try to have a small recap of what we have gone through. आज के लेक्चर में we started off with the discussion of the OSI model. हम लोगों ने OSI मॉडल की बाकी डिस्कशन जो कि लास्ट लेक्चर में हम लोगों ने स्टार्ट किया था उसको कंप्लीट किया बाय टॉकिंग अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट द रीजंस और द क्रिटिक्स ऑफ द OSI मॉडल. क्यों हमारा जो OSI मॉडल है it didn't become widespread, what are the reasons of not the OSI model not getting popular, and what are the aspects that actually affected it. इनको हमने थोड़ा सा स्टडी किया. उसके बाद माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स हम लोगों ने देखा कि what are the different layers of the OSI model. पहली 3 लेयर्स को फिजिकल, डेटा लिंक और नेटवर्क लेयर, इन तीनों लेयर्स को हम लोगों ने स्टडी किया. कुछ फंक्शंस देखे, कुछ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज जो कि इन लेयर की हैं when they are actually working as a part of the OSI model, और फिर कुछ एग्जांपल्स देखी ऑफ द डेटा लिंक लेयर एंड द नेटवर्क लेयर. कुछ समझने की कोशिश की what are the differences between the node to node delivery and the source to destination delivery, and a very important concept of the physical addressing and the logical addressing. My dear students, in the next lecture, we will carry on with the same discussion of the OSI model. हम बाकी layers जो हमारी OSI model की हैं उनको बाकी layers को discuss करेंगे. Before we actually finish off with today's lecture, let's go to the slide and look at the suggested reading for today's lecture. The suggested reading is sections 3.1 and 3.2, Data Communications and Networking, second edition by Behrouz A. Feroza. So my dear students, with this we come to the end of today's lecture. मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि आपने आज का लेक्चर जो है वो एंजॉय किया होगा. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में इसी डिस्कशन को आगे कैरी ऑन करेंगे. तब तक के लिए खुदा हाफिज.